What is going on, everybody? I just wanted to kind of quickly tell my story of how I got started in photography. A lot of you guys have been asking me how I got started, and I just thought it might be kind of cool to do a video to explain how I got to where I am and to hopefully inspire some people. So here we go. So I'm gonna try to do this as succinctly as possible. I'm sure I'm gonna forget a lot of stuff and probably not go in depth as much as I should for a lot of things. This is just kind of a starter, kind of to lay the groundwork for questions people might have and things like that. So I got started in photography in high school, actually. I was riding BMX bikes, doing tricks. Some of you may be familiar with those. And I started shooting my friends riding. I had a blast. I was really involved. My friends and I started a clothing company, and we ran a website that needed a bunch of photo and video content. So we went ahead and did it. We didn't really sell that many shirts, but it really kind of sparked my interest in shooting, doing video, things like that. Just kind of multimedia in general. I really started to take a major interest in it. In high school, I was really focused and motivated to get published for some reason. I think it's just kind of like in my blood that I really want to be successful. And so I would submit to magazines all the time, and I ended up getting in one pretty big magazine back in the days, just like a letter to the editor type thing. And that was really a big step for me. And I kept reaching out to other magazines, and eventually I bothered one editor so much that he finally gave me some money to take a trip. I went to St. Louis with a bunch of my friends and ended up having a 10-page article that came out of that. It was really cool for me, and I ended up doing work for that magazine, including shooting a couple covers, I believe when I was maybe 19 or 20 years old. So shortly after high school, I went to college at DePaul University in Chicago, and I studied business there for 2 years, but soon kind of realized that I was shooting every day and I just kind of wanted to do photography. So I ended up quitting at DePaul and transferring to Columbia and finished out in 3 years there. So I was in school for a total of 5 years. I was still shooting a bunch of BMX when I started going to Columbia, but I ended up getting hurt actually in Chicago in Millennium Park. I tore my ACL and my meniscus on a pretty bad fall. And so it kind of ended my career shooting BMX. The recovery took me a really long time. It was almost a year before I felt maybe 80 or 90% back to normal. So I ended up trying out other things. I was already kind of getting into weddings a little bit, shooting portraits, shooting fashion. And I ended up really enjoying myself wandering around Chicago and shooting just interesting things that I would see all over the different neighborhoods, especially downtown with the tall buildings. It's a really fun place to shoot. Throughout my college career, I was freelancing pretty much the whole time. I was making money with photography, just shooting as much as I could, shooting anything I could, and just trying to learn. When I graduated college, I ended up freelancing for about 6 months by myself, and I started to travel a little bit and really enjoyed it. I found a super cheap flight to Barcelona my senior year of college and just decided to book it on a whim. I tried to invite my friends, but it was sold out within minutes, so I ended up going alone for a week, and that totally piqued my interest in traveling. So after 6 months of freelancing, I ended up working at Groupon. Yes, like the coupon website. I worked there for about 6 months, and it was okay, but I didn't really enjoy myself that much. They said that they had unlimited vacation time, which I found out later was kind of a lie because they told me to stop taking vacation. I ended up putting in my 2 weeks right when they told me that. So from then on, I have been freelancing. So it's been about 6 or 7 years maybe at this point. So after a year or two after Groupon, I started to take Instagram a little bit more seriously. A lot of my friends were starting to make money, have different opportunities off of Instagram, and I really kind of wanted to do that as well. So I just put in a lot of work and try to network a little bit within the community, find other Instagrammers who can kind of help you out. So I organically grew my following, and a lot of people around that time were getting featured by Instagram, and it would be like a huge bump of like 50,000 followers within a week or something like that. And eventually Instagram featured me. I was like the last one out of all my friends to get featured, but that really changed everything for me. It allowed me to start getting invited on press trips and being able to leverage my social media following. But that really kind of jump-started everything further and kind of added some credibility to what I was already doing. And that's pretty much it. I've been shooting ever since, just kind of growing as much as I can personally, and I've been trying to do more video lately, more drone work, all while still traveling the world and trying to see and learn as much as I can. Let me know if you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, or if I didn't go into something deep enough. Just let me know and I'll try to address it in the next one. Thanks, guys.